Robotnik is a name that is synonymous to the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. When you hear the name Robotnik, you usually think of Dr. Eggman, who also sometimes goes by Dr. Robotnik. But today, we are going to be talking about another Robotnik, being Professor Gerald Robotnik. Make sure you like this video to help it reach more people, and leave a comment for more content like this, and subscribe if you enjoy. Now let's talk about the Professor. Professor Gerald Robotnik is the grandfather of Sonic's arch nemesis, Dr. Eggman. He is also the grandfather of Maria Robotnik, as well as the creator of Shadow the Hedgehog. He is often praised as one of the most brilliant scientists in the Sonic universe. Gerald also worked aboard the Space Colony Ark, where he would conduct top secret experiments and develop many creations in order to help further benefit mankind. He also looks after his granddaughter Maria Robotnik as well, who is suffering from a terminal illness and is forbidden from leaving the colony until cured. As a result, the Professor agrees to work on Project Shadow in order to help cure his granddaughter. He was desperate though, and this led to him making contact with the Black Comet and the leader of the Black Arms, Black Doom. He struck a deal with Black Doom, promising to deliver the 7 Chaos Emeralds in exchange for help and research to finish the project. Black Doom later provides his own DNA to aid the project. The prototype of Project Shadow, aka the Bio-Lizard, which is the final boss of Sonic Adventure 2, doesn't have the Black Arms DNA as far as I know, and it was deemed too unstable and a failure. The complete project, however, which obtained Black Doom's DNA, was what would eventually later become Shadow the Hedgehog. When the government started to feel uneasy about Project Shadow, they were eventually sent to the Ark to get rid of any and all things related to the project, not only resulting in the capture of Gerald himself, but also the capture and imprisonment of Shadow and the death of Maria. After being taken into custody by the military and framed for the accident aboard the Ark, while being forced to continue his research, Gerald descended into madness and developed a revenge plot that included the Ark crashing into the Earth, the Bio-Lizard being set loose, and Shadow having his memories altered with the desire of carrying this plan out. He was later executed by the military. Much of the events of Sonic Adventure 2 take place because of Gerald's plot to get back at humanity for what they did to him and Maria. When his grandson, Dr. Eggman, releases Shadow, Shadow carries out this plan until he realizes his true memories and decides to give hope and not revenge. We have a very tragic and negative perception of Gerald after Sonic Adventure 2, a brilliant scientist who went insane. However, in the events of Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, we learn more about Gerald before he became crazy rather. We learn in a pre-recorded video that he was suspicious of the government shutting him down prior to it happening, and also he explains his contingency plan of how to defeat the Black Arms when they return to try and take over the planet and later destroy it. This is a plan which Shadow is tasked with carrying out, and he is essentially the only one who is capable of doing so, being that he is part of the Black Arms as well. When Shadow later defeats Black Doom and destroys the Black Comet, the President and the Gun Commander take a moment to reflect on how everyone treated the Professor poorly when he actually had a plan to save everyone. The Professor wasn't a malicious man. All he wanted to do was to benefit humanity. He invented stuff like the heal unit, which was capable of instantaneously healing almost any injury, which Shadow uses to aid injured researchers during the raid. And he also develops creations like the Artificial Chaos, which is based on Chaos, the god of destruction from Sonic Adventure 1, and also later discovers the Gizoid robot, with both of which Shadow had to keep under control when they went haywire. Interesting note, but Shadow and the Gizoid were both designed with the intention of having a soul akin to what Maria was like, to prevent them from becoming evil. Shadow, of course, remains Gerald's greatest and most powerful creation. Gerald also acted as an inspiration for Dr. Eggman to become a scientist. Eggman obviously often speaks very highly of his grandfather, and you can notice some of the influence Gerald had on his own creations. Black Doom's relationship with Gerald was more so one of necessity rather than respect. They both used each other to get what they wanted, and they were both gonna backstab each other down the line anyway. But when it comes to Maria Robotnik and who she is, I explain more in the video that you can see on the screen right now. Check it out, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Peace out.